everyone, and welcome to the Captain's Video Weblog. We are Tuesday, October 20th, 2015. I did it again. It's nearly 8:30 p.m. I slept for the whole afternoon, which is kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, I had nothing to do, really. I guess I was pretty pissed before falling asleep. Here's the whole story. So, this morning I had a class. I was supposed to have a class. So, I didn't sleep a lot last night, and I wanted to watch SmackDown on the morning. So, I launched the video as soon as I was awake, which was 7:30, and SmackDown, lasts for an hour and 20 minutes. So I would have been set to leave home at around 8:50, which was pretty okay time, given that my class was supposed to start at 9 a.m. So the problem is, I got a little carried away and only left my apartment at 8:57, something like that. So I was pretty panicked about arriving late at class, for class, being late. So I arrived in the classroom, and I arrived at the university on the campus next to the building where I have the class, and I see some of my classmates just going inside. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm not that late now, actually. So I enter I get in the building, and I get close to the classroom, and the door is open, so it means the class has not started yet. Enter the classroom, and nothing. Well, there were people from my class, but the teacher wasn't there. And we probably stayed in the classroom until 10 a.m. At what point we decided that fuck it. He probably has forgotten. At this point, I'm still not sure of what was supposed to happen. Like on our schedule, it's written we have a class at 9 a.m. It was supposed to go until noon, but no mail from the teachers. So I guess they didn't know. They were the ones who didn't know. But I was pretty pissed because, like, on a Tuesday I usually don't wake up early because I don't have classes. So I was really tired, and there was kind of an opportunity though, because there was this thing about a project on the campus, because there's our campus of the humanities university, and just across the street there's the campus, one of the campus of the other big university in Montpellier. So there's a big project about this, and I thought it would be some kind of meeting, maybe a presentation, and just were some people at a desk talking about that project and trying to enroll people for another kind of work meeting in November. And I thought it was pretty neat, but I actually cannot go to this meeting in November because it's on a Thursday between 12 and 2 p.m. Except I have a class that's out there. It ends at 12:15, but we always leave at 12 o'clock, because we have another class at 1 p.m. So I cannot honestly go there. But I said, yeah, write your email address and send you mails about the project. There will be questions. There will be Q&A. Little something. What do you want to see on the campus, and what kind of thing would you want to see? Like the main thing that I think of is building some kind of really make the way between both campuses really easier, to make it easier to cross the street, because it's a it's a two-way street with both ways having 2 lanes, so a 4-lane street, and you can really, there's only one little zebra crossing between both universities, and I mean, if there was some kind of thing to just avoid that, because our university, the humanities university, is not directly linked to the tramway. There was this project about a 5th line of the tramway. It's been given up. I don't know why. Maybe it's about the people next to one park at the other end of the town who are pissed because it might cross the park, or it's because of those guys in one of both cities at each end of the line, who are afraid that it might kill the countryside aspect of the town. But I mean, you are people who work in Montpellier. Why? It would be better for you. And then there's also the problem that we as students don't live here. We're here for most of the year, but we don't pay. Some of us, good 20% of us, I think, here don't pay the tax to live here. Because here in France there are taxes for everything. You might have heard about the so-called tampon tax, which is not actually a tampon tax. The talks were because we are the parliament is voting on the budget for next year, and there was this amendment to the VAT. Though I don't exactly understand why it's VAT and not AVT. It's a tax on the added value of stuff, which is pretty much a tax that you pay on everything. There's nothing that doesn't have the VAT. And there are many. I think there are 2 tiers about VAT. There's a tier at 5.5% and a tier at 20 or 90.6%. And tampons are a product of prime necessity, I think. Like pads. But tampons and pads are very important for women, because I'm not the one saying it. It was this female MP who said it, and therefore she wanted to make an amendment to the VAT and put those products at a 5.5%, with a 5.5% VAT, which is a kind of a big deal, because it would make the prices drop by really a lot. When you think about it, you add nearly a quarter of the initial price, and that's what you pay. And that shouldn't be the case, because food, I think, is at 5.5, and there was this Secretary of State, I think, who said, yeah, but why would we do that? there's I think he talked about the shaving foam, and that's also at 20%, and I'm like, why would you say something dumb like that? You can live without shaving foam. My dad doesn't shave with shaving foam. He puts some soap on his face and he shaves. I don't use shaving foam because I have an electric razor. That's probably the main reason why there's been such an outcry about this so-called tampon tax. Just shut up when you're talking with. It's the most. I don't know how to pronounce it. Inane. It was just the most stupid thing to say in that kind of context. Why would you say something like that? It's man. What the hell? You're supposed to be a left-wing Secretary of State, and you're talking such bullshit. But I mean, yeah. When there's products of prime necessity like that, there shouldn't be a debate on. Maybe we should reduce the VAT on that. No, it should be just obvious. Just 5.5. I mean, you can't remove the VAT. I think it's kind of a huge part of what the state gets in money, because it's a consumerist society. It works like that. That's why some places like Amazon or Fnac or places that sell books remove 5% from the price of the books, because it's really it's already pretty expensive. So don't just screw us over. But yeah, there are taxes on a lot of stuff. You have a tax. If you don't pay the tax, the only case you don't pay the tax for the place you live in is when you are renting, because there's already the rent. When you own the house you live in, you probably have a loan, but that's not the rent. The rent is the thing that replaces that tax. Pretty much, you are paying the tax. It's like you're helping the people who own the house pay the tax. And there are lots of taxes. That's how you recognize a state that needs money, because there are taxes on a lot of stuff. When you hear about tax cuts, like where, but then you realize there are taxes on all the stuff. But yeah, I mean, then I went home, and it was about 1 p.m. or no, it was noon actually. So just so you know, I was home before the class was supposed to be finished. So I was like, what am I going to do then? So I was pretty tired, and I wouldn't have thought that I would sleep until 7 p.m. There's this thing, like, you're tired, but you don't know just how tired you are. I was like, I'm gonna finish my night. I was expecting to sleep 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours tops, not 6 hours. Like, I spend a good hour in front of my computer doing whatever, browsing the internet, And I went and I just put myself in the bed, in the blanket, pretty comfortable, and then woke up. Was the hour? It was 6:55 p.m. and was like, ooh, that stings. You know, like you're not sure whether you're not still sleeping or not. You see that you're like, is this some kind of fucked up dream? I would have known if that were a dream. I usually know when something is a dream. That's probably why even when I sleep a lot, I'm still tired, because lucid dreams, they are the worst thing, because it's keeping your brain active, even though people always told me that my brain was always active. I mean, like the sleep is supposed to reduce the amount of stimuli that your brain gets. You know, there's always the thing with the touch, but you don't get any visual stimuli because your eyes are closed, and that's what that's what tires you the most. You know, that's why when you're tired, the first thing you do is not like it's not your limbs going limp. It's your eyes closing, and also the head going down like that, because you're keeping your head straight. Actually, demands some effort. You know, you don't. It's good for your neck and for your back that you don't stay facing the ground all the time. But I mean, you're doing some effort. That's the whole that's the whole thing. Oh yeah. I don't know. I wanted to go see Crimson Peak, the new movie by Guillermo del Toro, which looks pretty interesting. I guess I mean, it's the season of spooky movies. So I guess I probably will see it with my family. I'm not entirely sure, because I mean, that's not sure at all, to be fair. But I mean, I slept the whole afternoon, so that's not a that's kind of out of the question, huh? Tomorrow I only have English, except I chose my the time I have English at so poorly that I literally cannot do anything in the afternoon, because if I want to do something in the beginning of the afternoon, like seeing a movie that would be at 2 p.m., I can do that. I cannot, because I have the class at 3:45. But if I wanted to go see something at 4 p.m., I wouldn't be able to do it either, because I have the class until 7:45. No, 5:45, 7. It's because it's 17. And then, well, it's in September, 5:45. You still had quite a lot of time until sunset. Now, not that much. Plus, it's getting pretty cold. So, I mean, at any rate, I have to do some grocery shopping tomorrow, because I wanted to do it today actually, but it turns out I wasn't able to do it. I was so convinced that I would get up early and eat, because I actually haven't eaten. I have eaten like a little sandwich around 11. That's pretty much that's probably kind of the reason too why I've slept so much. It's not a big sandwich, but it's still a sandwich. So the main reason why I was convinced that I would get up pretty early in the afternoon and being able to eat and all is that I think I let the keys on the door in the keyhole. You know, Like that's the thing I do when I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave pretty soon, and if I don't want to lose any time looking for my keys, well, I just step at the door and oh, they're there, haha. Yeah. Tonight I think there are two games that I want to watch for the Champions League. Like Lyon plays against the Zenit, Saint Petersburg, and Paris plays against the Real Madrid. Though that could be tomorrow. And Thursday we play against Braga. You know, as I said yesterday or day before. Good thing to just remotivate you. If we manage to win, which is not a given, far from that. I was rereading articles about the transfer market. There were all these players that oh god we were following so many leads this summer. Was the one guy from a forum said at first that he wanted to see Cambiaso, I think, at the club, but then there was the news that Abu Dhabi, his contract with Arsenal was up. Suddenly, wow, dude is injured, but when he gets back to being in playing, when it's back to be fit and play the game, it will be a great addition to the club. And I mean, we were not sure about Diarra when he signed. Boy, has he delivered! Man, he's good. Diaby is not yet able to play with the team, you know. But I think that before Christmas he will have played at least 5 matches. I mean, it's not really not too crazy to think about that. And when your midfield is Abu Dhabi, Lassana Diarra, and Lucas Silva, man, that's a team that to be reckoned with. And to be fair, I think our main issue is the defense. You know, on the offense we scored a lot. Like we have the best scorer in the league, the co-best scorer, because the 2 players that have scored 7 goals since the start of the league, who are Michy Batshuayi, who plays for us, and Hatem Ben Arfa, who plays for Nice. It's really the season of the rebirth of players. Like Lassana Diarra hadn't played in 15 months, and now he's been voted the best player of the month for the month of September, which is a kind of a big thing because we're 16th on the table. And Ben Arfa was facing a really bad time in England. Like that's the main reason why I wasn't really sure about Thauvin leaving, because Thauvin hasn't been really good in Marseille, and now he signed at Newcastle, which is the same place Ben Arfa went when he left Marseille, except Ben Arfa was pretty good. You know, he wasn't like one of the best players in the history of the club, but you could see his potential, and nothing went out of it in England. Thauvin, I haven't heard a lot about him since he left, but other players like Payet at West Ham, Payet, he's done some miracles, like woo. Andre Ayew at Swansea, pretty good. Pretty good. He scores. Like you would think that he really longed for the goal. One thing that's sad is that we will let among the best players of our team go in the summer, and we're still not sure whether the current squad can do it or not. can replace them. You know, we let Payet go. We let Morel was not pretty good. Was not really that good when he came. He had 2 seasons where I still remember the match against the Bayern Munich in the Champions League where might have got a cold from all these players coming through his wing. But this season, the past season, he was really good. Like he used to play on the wing where he wasn't really good, and he was put on the axis, and suddenly it's like, wow, how did the past few coaches not see that? And Gignac. And Ayew. In 2014, we let Valbuena go. See how that worked. He played in Russia for 1 season, and then he realized, hey, maybe that's not a good thing to do, to play in a team that's banned from playing all European competitions for a whole year, with the Euro looming, the Euro 2016 looming just about there on the horizon. So he went back to France, except he went to Lyon, which is one thing that could have been better. That could have been done way better was making Loic Sana come back. Loic Sana is a strange case. The guy has been at Paris since he was a kid. Like he's from Kosovo, and before the war in Yugoslavia, his parents moved to Switzerland when he was really young. So he speaks French really well. Spent his whole youth career in club at Paris. Played a bit at Paris. Was supposed to be the big boss of the team, except he was put on the bench by one, I think, Laurent Fournier. So he said, yeah, I'm just leaving the club. He went to Marseille. We weren't sure about him. In just 1 season, he made us all wrong about doubting him. He is, bar few, the best defender, best guy with a defensive purpose who played in Marseille. He had a lot of spirit. It's not surprising that in the last couple of seasons he played here, he was the captain, because he's got a lot of heart. So he left and went to the Lazio Roma, I think, where he played really well. But he came back to France, except he plays in Nantes. And apparently it's just a matter of bad timing, because had the Marseille's bosses made the move earlier, he would have come back. So, it's all a matter of bad timing. Like, we only have one forward center. Haha, it's a matter of bad timing. Everything is a matter of bad timing, really. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a class tomorrow morning. Literally, only class, English. See you tomorrow. Really. Bye-bye.